We just went through a highly volatile day. Just last couple of days, the price of Bitcoin has dropped like 15%. That's not a small move in the market. If you do look at that, yeah, historically, it's like the average move. It's not that damaging, but on a short-term level, from close to 49 all the way down to 41,500, that's a big drop. What the hell is really happening in front of us? Remember, a few days back before the ETF actually was launched, I actually told this to you guys, right? Yes, we are going to go higher. I don't doubt that. But I actually put this narrative clear. I know we are all waiting for this from some time, so it's exciting time. But let me tell you this, as soon as the ETF news comes, there should be another flash crash. So please don't go highly levered. The SI family was well informed about the scenario coming in. So if you went in a 5x, 10x, 20x leverage in the meantime, you've already got liquidated, depending upon which asset you chose. But what's more interesting here, by the time the daily close came in, it's bulls trying to maintain this support. And even though that's Bitcoin, what you have to understand is the Bitcoin dominance is dropping. So last 2 days, Bitcoin dropped hard. Last 4 days, Bitcoin dominance dropped. So altcoins are performing better. And I'm not just saying that. Just have a look at this. This is just one trading bag. If you look at this, we are slowly riding up. Even though the market is doing all these high volatile things, we still up 4x there. And you can see at one point we were close to 7x. So this is how you're riding the wave and doubling down on some assets, skimming profits when you're close to the top and buying or adding them back when the price drops. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. While we go through the Bitcoin and the altcoin market, I also want to take you guys through something like this. This is 2024 on your left side, and on the right, it's 2020, how things evolved 4 years back. Then you go on to 2024 compared to 2016. So you're literally looking for how the market cycle played out, where these whales actually played a lot on a weekly candle, kicking a lot of retail out and then going back up parabolic. So it's not just once they have done this, they have already done this twice. That's an opportunity if you do understand this correctly. And that's why I say, if you are in the SI family, you are taking benefit of all of those. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, do me a favor, smash that. While you go through this, you have to keep the idea like this. Market is performing very well. Especially the altcoin market is performing very well. You look at this. The market is down 5%. Yes, I agree. But Bitcoin is down 7%. If Bitcoin was to drop 7% few months back, altcoins would have dropped 10 to 15%. Now that's not the story. So something changed. What the hell did change? We're watching money is now starting to move into altcoins. This is something we discussed before and on a weekly chart. Now, this is not yet confirmed. We are on a Friday. We need to see how the next couple of days, Saturday and Sunday, plays out. And if you do see Bitcoin dominance dropping further, or at least closing where it is, that's a bearish engulfing candle on a Bitcoin dominance chart on a weekly. That's interesting, isn't it? Because if it is breaking the trend and coming back to retest support range, that means you're going to watch some of these altcoins taking off like crazy. You will literally observe those in the price action. Now, in the meanwhile, what you have to keep in mind is Bitcoin will bounce. Once it drops like this, there will be bounces. You will see those. But don't try to over leverage just because there is an ETF. marketplace with a lot of different news. ETFs are step one in the technological revolution of financial market. Yes, they're talking about the tokenization. They're talking about how things are going to evolve from here. But as the market was getting a lot of attention just because of the ETF, within 2 days, this is what they are watching. Bleeding, right? The market is bleeding. Now, I don't know who the expert is, but if they are discussing about XRP, there should be something positive. But, we all understand the time is just coming. It has not yet started. So if you look at the Bitcoin dominance and see if that's about to drop, what would my XRP look like? That's something to keep in mind. Remember, just 2 days back, I actually informed this to you guys saying, guys, watch this. Most likely, what we're going to see here is the fact that the price is going to slowly come back down. This is what we have done. Nothing wrong. We are still inside this channel. Nothing has changed. So when you see a lot of influencers on Twitter, XRP Twitter, going negative about this particular asset, ask that question to yourself. What changed in the last few weeks? Not much. Not much. You're still in the same range. And then you go on a weekly chart to ask the question like, what changed in the last few months? So now you're like, okay, by the early Jan 2023, we were somewhat like here at 0.3, 0.35. Now after the drop, we are 0.56. Okay, so we're not going to the downside. We're still holding on to a trend line as a support, which is fine, meaning you remember those assets which did this in 2017 or in 2021, while all the other coins were going down, those assets back then were trending higher. Yeah, they were not bursting through. They were slow, but they were slowly making higher lows. What do I mean? If you go look at one of those coins here, you'll see this. While all the other assets were dropping, this one back then showed you a trend line like this. We all know what happened after you broke that to the upside, right? From 0.2, it went all the way up to close to $5, say $4.7. That was a 20x move. That's a great move if you were anticipating that in the market. So right now, when you do watch this asset doing something almost similar to that, I wouldn't actually go negative on this asset. If this is breaking to the downside, okay, now you should look for some volatility, right? But as of now, that's not the case. You're still holding on to that particular level, which is a strong one. And on the other end, you're watching like, okay, if there is a lot of noise in this asset, you're moving into other assets in the same industry or the segment, payment assets. And you see like, okay, they are making a consistent trend. They're trying to bounce off. So I'm not going negative here. While Bitcoin does all these crazy moves in the market, it's going to panic a lot of people. For sure, there is no doubt in that, right? It should. That's how the market actually works. Whether it's fair or not, that's a different discussion. But this is how the market actually works. So if you go look at the Bitcoin all-time history, now you understand something. What is it? The market always has its moves. And this is most likely because of the big guys who are involved in this market, who want to take benefit of this market. Now, remember me talking about this last couple of weeks? It's interesting, right? So now we are there. It's good to see things like that evolve. It is good to see those, right? At one point, you'd feel like, okay, I'm going down. But then what happens? There is great volatility. I think that was like 16% to the downside. And then you actually bounce back up. So yeah, close to 17, 18% to the downside. And that was a lot of panic. That's why I'm saying the weekly close comes in after 48 hours. You need some amount of patience to see how this week ends, to see how this month ends. Because as of now, when you're looking at this, the perspective should be clear. We are still here. We haven't erased what we made last month. The entire gain of the last month is still there. The entire gain of the last quarter is still there. So don't go into short term decision making. Look at how things are evolving and see what has happened in the past and make decisions based on that. This is a quarterly chart, and that chart is showing you this. I mean, you can make this whatever you want. But remember, this is happening on the positive side of the MACD on a quarterly chart, not on the negative and not on a short-term chart. So if you make sense of that, you're like, okay, that's something wild. Great. Now we come on a monthly and you're looking at this. We're entering into the positive territory, that zone where macro bullish moves should actually start. But then you're watching, oh, there is a lot of volatility. What the hell is really happening? We just had the ETFs going live, which is literally taking in the whales and sharks into the crypto market more and more, and they will do what they usually does in the best way possible. They will do that, that's for sure. There is no way they are going to make you and me make easy money, and that's one of the primary reasons why I say you need to be disciplined. From here, discipline is going to be super important. You waited last 2.5 years. Now, if you become impatient, it's going to make you stressful. And if you become irritated, you'll make decisions on the wrong way and you won't be able to stay disciplined. Discipline is going to be something super important from here. What do we want to see here? Personally, when you look at a daily chart, all what you see here is making some sense on a bullish note. On a bullish note, you're looking at this and saying like, okay, RSI is slowly dropping, but the price is not. We're forming bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence. That's fine. But there is a concern. What's that? This was your resistance. You broke that to the upside. Now you faked out. You came back down. So what should your base be? That's close to 4,700. Now we came almost close to that, so we cannot neglect that 4,750 or even a little bit lower, like 4,200. That's still possible. Now, the question is, if we do come to that point, how much is that? 16% drop. Is that abnormal? No. We have seen 16, 17, 18, 20 to 30. Still, the price went up. What did the market do there? It just flushed highly levered trades. It just flushed all the trailing stop losses. And that's exactly what we were talking here. That's exactly what we were talking here. Yes, everything looks cool, but watch. While we were here, we still got those. Yeah, we went up, but we still got those happening in the market. And that's why I say, if you're new to the market, you're learning how the market actually does these kind of crazy stuff. Watch what the SI family is doing. We're giving you the best so that you can take the best decision for the market cycle in front of you. Guys, if you haven't actually smashed that like button yet, consider doing that. Now, coming back to the altcoin market, keep this in mind. We are still in the earliest possible phase of this cycle. In the markup, in the bullish phase, not in the accumulation phase, in the bullish phase. So whether you take a large cap asset or you take a small cap asset, it will show you something similar. Remember, now this is one asset which we discussed here in the video, saying, yeah, I think history is about to repeat and last time we did this. And we may do this. Right now, what are we doing? Almost exactly same. So this gives you an edge in the market. That's why I say look for candles which have confirmed closed. They give you extra advantage in the market. So here for Cardano, it shows you this, a bullish engulfing candle on a 3-day chart. Not on an hourly, not on a 4-day, on a 3-day chart. And what's specific about this engulfing candle? You had a long wick to the upside, so the buyers really wanted to go that high, but some people were eager to take profit and some sellers entered. price came back down, but still, by the end of the day, the war is won by the bulls, or the battle was won by the bulls. We want to see how this entire war actually ends. But the history shows you, not just in one asset, the entire market. We are analyzing this. Last 4 years, there were 4 years before that. You're studying the market one by one. You're looking at how things are evolving, and it kind of shows you something. If you know the language of technical analysis, it kind of conveys you. That's why I always say, take time, learn through this. If you don't know German and someone else is talking to you in German, you cannot understand that. That's why I say, take time, learn the basics. This is one of the easiest part in the market. If you spend enough time improving yourself on your TA skills, that's where you improve your investment side as well. That's why I say we go through the educational phase, not just the spoon feeding. Yes, I do give you guys where I buy, where I sell, all those screenshots for sure. But you'll get maybe 10 posts there. At the same time, you get 100 posts here in the Patreon. Why? I want you guys to see what I see and how I think. That's why I type it out. That's why I give you guys this. While I look at this, I think this is going to happen. Now, this was a few days back, and right now, that's the reality. That's why I say education is super important. And if you want to join the SI family, then look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below in YouTube or in the bio on Twitter, depending on where you're watching this video. So guys, if you did receive value, again, smash that like button, and I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.